What's up, guys? Welcome in here to the Division 2 Grand Finals of Midnight League Season 1 between Calibrate Mercenaries and Navigate eSports. I'm Nocturnal, and I'll be joined here by Escargo. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. Really looking forward to seeing this matchup between the number 2 and number 3 seed. However, the number 3 seed of Calibrate will be coming through in the upper bracket, so they will be getting the one map advantage in this best of 5 tonight. We will be seeing a Villa, Oregon, Theme Park, and Clubhouse. We've seen two of those maps played between these teams before. Oregon was a 7-3 in favor of Calibrate, and Clubhouse was a 7-1 in favor of Navigate. So kind of split results. The only other map they've played in common was Consulate, which was played in the first round of playoffs when Navigate got bumped down to the lower bracket because they lost Consulate 7-2. But that was the decider, which goes as the default win to Calibrate. So, what do you think we're going to see tonight, Escarga?
Score-wise, I'm predicting maybe a 3-1 here for Mercenaries. I think it's going to be a really good matchup, as you mentioned. Some dominant scores there, but I think considering that this is Grand Finals, I think that these maps are going to be not as lopsided as they were in the past. One thing that you have to factor into this, though, is that both these teams sort of know how each other plays, and in fact, Mercenaries was actually the one that sent Navigate all the way down to the losers bracket. So I'm sure that Navigate probably looking for some sort of a revenge here. And now another thing you need to keep in mind is that Tech and Bully is the bottom two players there in the lineup actually of Predator. I almost said Predators. Pardon me. Mercenaries are not usually players for that team, so that might end up messing with both teams, messes with Mercenaries and how they sort of play, their chemistry, if that makes sense, and also might sort of be a wrench in the plans really of Navigate, encountering how they play and how Mercenaries plays, because now Navigate really doesn't know how they play since almost half of the Mercenaries team, at least this current lineup, is off rosters.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely kind of hard to counter-strat when you don't know what you're going up against. I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-2 game either way. Okay, so we're going to be hopping into the map here. I'm going to say 3-2 game either way, but I don't really want to pick a winner. I'm kind of leaning towards Navigate just because Calibrate might be lacking that cohesion with the two new players. But nonetheless, we're going to get into the ban phase here on Villa, see if anything's going to be too out of the ordinary, if we're going to see something pretty plain. Navigate will be taking the first ban here. Definitely taking their time.
Certainly, and we'll have to see. This first map is Villa, so it's usually one of the less popular maps in that sense. You do see it sometimes in league play, really, but it's not very often, I'd say. It's sort of disliked because of how defender-sided it is. So I think that in a way, really, Navigate here, who will be defending first, do have some sort of advantage. But considering that I believe Mercenaries actually picked the sides for this map, I believe that the fact that they chose attacking first on Villa shows that they're actually surprisingly confident in their ability here to attack this map.
We're going to be seeing an Ella ban there, and something I've been seeing pretty repetitively here throughout playoffs. Not something I saw really at all in the regular season, and I'm going to be honest, I still don't understand it. Maybe someone's just a gunner with the Scorpion, or maybe people are really afraid of an FO12 sitting in a corner. But nonetheless, she is going to be unplayable this map, and she's going to be joined by Valkyrie. Definitely powerful cams, lots of spots to hide her cams on Villa, inside and out. But she won't be seeing any play here, and they're going to be joined by the Jackal and Thatcher, which are pretty standard. The Jackal's just making roam clear a lot easier, but without him, it's going to be pretty standard. And I think everyone who's ever touched rank is going to be used to playing without a Thatcher, so...
Absolutely. So we'll be bringing that IQ there. Will be Zed actually, as well as the Ash and Zofia combination to try and get potentially vertical play up. But IQ in and of itself, her ability is for vertical play or, shooting stuff through walls, but you can't exactly do that when the wall is reinforced. And then the Alaban, to sort of comment on that, since I've casted a number of Mercenaries games as solo, I've seen actually that ban from them like one. I don't remember exactly how many times. I think I've seen it once or twice from them. It was usually on maps, that are a bit more strat heavy, such as Villa here. Though I don't think I've actually seen them play on Villa before. But I've seen that ban before. I've never really asked any of the members of Mercenaries why, but it would certainly be an interesting question to ask. Really, it could just be a target ban really aimed at one of the members of Navigate. That's my best guess here, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, so I think as we're getting in the round here, the most important thing I'm going to look at was that 6-pick from the Zof to the Sledge from Tech. We are going to see Dining and Kitchen coming out first, which definitely is not... I wouldn't say it's super normal, but I wouldn't say it's extremely out of the meta or anything. Bringing the castle was probably a giveaway, which I'm thinking is why they brought the Sledge kind of to counter strat that. Maybe saw the Dining coming out, want some more vert play. Obviously, is taking Master. Playing vertically is the way to go on the site, but we will see how Navigate want to defend the site and how Calibrate really want to come in and take care of this defense. I'm just going to see typical droning coming out here on the top floor, clearing from Master. It is going to look like a 5-man Master take, even the Ace coming up here. They're not looking like there's any roamers up here on the Master side of the top floor. One is going to be over by the bookcases side of long 90, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be Mad Dog playing the top main stairs. He did play that position a lot yesterday or the day before against Jesus and the Disciples in the lower bracket finals. Did net him a few kills there. Nonetheless, they're going to be droning over into the vault side of the map as well. But Mad Dog just going to be roaming here over by 90. See if this drone from VZ is going to catch him out. Does not appear that it did. And Sledge is going to be doing some typical vertical work here, alongside the breaching charges from IQ, I believe. Here the Nomad, the air jab's coming out from the Nomad, setting up a flank watch. As she's going to be trading a couple shots onto Mad Dog. As he's pushed all the way up to benches, he's going to be caught up by the drone and fall off to white stairs. And he's going to do some damage onto Don there. He's going to be chilling on 40 for the rest of the game. Just a panic, I suppose. Maybe it was just punishment for picking the MP5K. Who knows? Some more vertical play coming out here from the Sledge. Kind of going really slow. Not a whole lot of roam clearing to do, and you only got one roamer on the top floor, so it's mostly just setting up these vertical angles so that you have them when you come for an execute. But Goliath is going to be getting the opening frag of the match here onto attacks with the Ash. That's going to be no smoke for the rest of the round. No area denial, no time waste, so that will be pivotal come the execute. You're going to see the attackers move in towards China, but they're not going to hear Don over here in Mudroom, but they may sit hearing the shots pepper out towards him. He's just going to hold his position since there's no drone yet. But that's going to be Tech getting a kill on the Gunny over by China as he pushes out after opening the castle barricade, and now it's a 5v3. Hearing the Ash charges come out, likely to get rid of some more utility. And Don's just going to be holding his position here in Mudroom, which can be very pivotal if they don't know he's here. One's going to cross, it's a Sledge. He's going to drop, trying to enter into China, and Don's going to fall off towards the living room. Zed's going to try and get the trade, but he's far too late. But VZ's going to start putting the plant down as Goliath gets the second of the round onto Grim. This plant's going down in kitchen behind the bomb chassis. And it's going to be completed as Zed gets the kill onto Don, leaving Mad Dog in this 1v4. And honestly, he's just going to try to pick up his frags here. He's going to light up the Ash a good bit. He's going to get the frag onto IQ. If he can get this Ash, it moves it into a very clutchable situation if he can pick his 1v1s. But one's going to be heading downstairs. Ace is going to be holding the prone angle. He's going to get peeked. Pepper some shots back, but he is going to be finally taken out over there outside of the China door. I believe that's the third for Goliath on the round. Good attacking round there, and definitely showing why Calibrate wanted to be the team that starts on attack.
Indeed, I would like to see the scoreboard if Kinder could put that up at some point, just so that way we can affirm. And that actually was the 3K there from Bullies. You were right, Nocturnal. And very nice opening round there for Mercenaries. Managed to play that correctly. Oftentimes, We see the dining site as a second or even third site. On occasion as a primary site, which is what we just saw. So a very textbook and well-executed attack there from Mercenaries, who will now be getting this first round advantage here, be up 1-0. And one of the sort of hidden advantages, I suppose, of this map really in their side for Mercenaries is that since they're on attack first, all they have to do is at least get 3-3 or be down 4-2, because that's usually how it goes on a defender-sided map. But if they can at least end up being even at half or even at the lead, that would be a very good position for them to go into, considering that they'd be defending in the second half of this map.
Yeah, definitely putting yourself in a position to try and close out the game on defense is probably an advantage in and of itself. If you can kind of keep that mindset of, it's attack, we kind of expect to be down after the first half. And then a 3-3 half's even, more mentally, kind of a mental boost to you. Nonetheless, we're still not going to see AVG coming out yet, as the defensive navigate opts towards the trophy and statuary site. Can hear some shots ringing out early from Grim. Might just be shooting at a drone. Mad Dog's going to be playing up here by Study again for the second straight round. It's just going to be on a solo roam. I think this could prove costly for him, as the drone's going to head into Study, and it's going to be a 3-man push. So I think at best, he's kind of hoping for, at best, a 1-for-1, but I believe he's gone undroned. If that's the case, you can see a lot of people dropping to the hands of Mad Dog. Second drone's going to go in, but it's going to spot out Mad Dog in the corner, and he's just going to kind of stick. There's swings onto 2 guns. Bullius is going to spray at him. He's going to go down, and that's going to be the 4th kill of the game for Bullius and his 2nd entry kill. And that's going to be most of the roam done with. Might still be a guy over there towards... yeah, it's going to be gunning on the smoke over there in the Astro. That's the only person really off-site. If you even want to call Astro off-site. So really now, you're only a minute into the round, and you're already ready to set up stuff for an execute. Definitely ideal position here for the attack for the second straight round.
And another thing they have to...
Go ahead.
I had a thought, and then you... Whatever, I'll quickly go through my thought. Another thing you have to keep in mind about this map is that it's Villa, and as one Calibrate member told me when I was talking to him, you don't want to challenge a Calibrate team on Villa. They have plenty of strats for this map, so especially considering that they're going to be going on defense for that second half, I think that that's going to really put them in a favorable situation, actually. 4v3, though. Goliath getting a double kill. 4v2 now, actually. Wow. 3v2 Westside getting a double. And now there goes another member of Mercenaries, but still the man advantage here is in favor of Mercenaries. Even more so as there goes another member. It's up to just Westside Dawn here. That's the last one standing for Navigate.
Triple for Dawn now on the round, as he's going to hop off the plant. They might just be trying to play for a trade here, but he's going to toss the smokes down, looking like it's going to be a plant. C4 may be able to counter this. You can definitely hit this from here as long as you don't expose yourself to the sledge. But Don's going to instead look to try and kill the cover and then go for the planter. Except he's going to be able to swing on the planter. There's no cover. That's going to be a quad. He's going to need the ace to clutch up. But he might be able to do that in the 1v1. You're going to hear the pin on the nade pulled from Tech. And it's not... It will hit. What a great nade from Tech. Shockingly, all the ADSs were burnt. And he was able to land it. And that's going to be unfortunate for Tech.
Yeah, that was actually quite fortunate for Tech. And as you saw in the replay, the ADS was right by him, right by that door, from trophy entrance into trophy itself. So if he had thrown it the other way, likely would have gotten hit by the ADS. So lucky kill through that frag grenade, and I suppose just got to use any materials that you have, and that last round was a very good example of it. So they'll now actually be up a 2-0 here against Navigate, and they're very close to having a guaranteed at least 3-3.5. So they're in quite the good position here. And interestingly enough, more than half of Navigate here is still poised to get a kill, just to put it in some nicer terms for them, which is quite unfortunate, really. But sort of a blunder there, I'd say, from Mercenaries. They were up in a 3v1, a 4v1 at one point, and then they let Dawn get a 4K on them. So some small victories there in that last round for Navigate, but really, for the most part, that went the way of Mercenaries, and I'm sure that they're going to be happy to be in this position this early on.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've noticed from Navigate is kind of these one-man roams with Mad Dog just aren't working out. We are actually see attack switch onto the Jaeger and Mad Dog onto the Maestro here for this defense of Trophy Statue again. Straying away from AVG, I don't know if there's just a specific thing they don't like about it or something they've seen from Mercenaries attacks that makes them want to stray away from AVG, but nonetheless we're going to be seeing a study push with the Ace taking Diffuser on up to Master Balk. We're not going to see that solo roam coming out, so they are just going to be giving up most of this south side of the map up for free. I believe it's south. Yeah. Everything up to 90 clear. Ash and Sledge making sure of that, along with the drones assisting them. We're going to see attacks on the red stairs. Or actually, right next to the red stairs, a Memo may be able to come up on a late flank, but we did see the airdrop with their last round. So obviously the goal of the Nomad's going to be to cut off that flank. And here we are, again, a minute into the round, basically ready to execute. So this drone's from Ash going to spot out the one player playing in the back of Statue, but there's the Sledge coming up and getting creepy as he goes to put down the air jab. That's unfortunate timing as you go to cover your flank as you get flanked. So that's going to be the first opening kill for Navigate. He's going to go 2 attacks, and it's going to be his first kill. And Bully's going to push him, but he's not going to see the person that's on cams behind him. It's the Maestro sitting behind the statue. He's going to get the Ash and quickly traded out by the Sledge. And now Sledge is going to get a frag onto Don, quite literally, as he tosses a frag grenade onto the downed body, and that's going to finish him up. Good work for Tech there, getting a double on the round. Now it's just the Pulse below. I don't know if they know about this, but he's going to have a free C4 onto 2 people if this is unknown, but it's just going to be 1 onto Tech, and now it's a 2v2. Gunny's going to have to push up the red stairs to counter this IQ, but she may hear it coming. Going to see the Ace going for the wall in the Trophy. And now things are kind of slowing down. 2v2, minute left. Definitely got time to use your drones, use your intel, and the defense is definitely just trying to waste that time. Gunny getting free intel here with the pulse scanner. Not like it's IQ or anything, and it's not like that's a hard floor that she's standing on. Gonna see your shots coming out from VZ. Trading back with attacks. Trading is not really the word when attacks hasn't taken damage yet this round. He's going to spot the Ace out on the default plant, and he's going to down him, drop the diffuser right there, and it's going to be all up to Zed in this 1v2. He knows the pulse is going to swing him from landing. That's going to be the kill. Now into a second straight 1v1. Attacks versus Zed. Attacks playing around the deer. Zed pulling out the IQ scanner. Probably trying to find the cam, maybe getting live ping. That's what you're hearing popping out. He's going to see the arm poking around the side of the bomb chassis, and that's going to be a good clutch up there for Zed. Very unfortunate for Navigate. Definitely looked like they had things in their favor there at the end. All the intel you could want from the pulse down below, but just not how things played out. He got a little aggressive, handed Zed his 1v1s, and that's good for him. As they move it to a 3-0 already, they could get swept the rest of this attack half, and honestly be in an ideal position.
Absolutely, that would be actually really correct. And now, as you can see, they're going to be, at the very worst, they'll have a tied half, which, considering that they're attacking first, is not bad at all. And once again, very unfortunate there for Navigate. Came down to a 1v1, which they lost. Very unfortunate. Very sad to see for them. But once again, sort of a cautionary tale that last round for really 4 Mercenaries. They lost 2 players off of what I would consider to be silly mistakes, one of which was not noticing the Maestro sitting in the corner. At least they traded off of that one. And then the other one being the Pulse playing below, getting that free Nitro kill, even though they had the IQ and they probably would have been able to clear out the below, or at the very least figure out that there's the Pulse below and not have lost somebody to that.
Okie dokie, we're going to be the first AVG defense now. I guess if you're going to have a site to fall back on, After not having successful defenses, you want AVG to be it. Especially being, you haven't lost it yet, so not a whole lot you can be against. We're going to see Mad Dog on the Mozzie. I believe this is third different operator in 4 rounds. Played the Jaeger the first 2 and the Maestro last round. I don't know if hiding behind a statue is going to aid him too much this round, but we'll see. We're going to see a Master take coming out here. Definitely seeing a pattern coming out from Calibrate. Likes to go for the 4-man clear, sends the ace on his own to get the hard breach on the backside, typically. Is that Mad Dog playing in the bathtub? He is laying in the bathtub. We're going to see if this is going to get droned out. Zed's going to be coming in here. He sees nothing on the drone, and he's going to go right on past the bathtub. So we're going to see if Mad Dog's going to get any freelo here. Oh, nope. Drone hops up. He's going to vault out. Good work by Creepsy. Crossing his T, dotting his I's. Mad Dog's going to run away, and Don's going to get the entry onto Goliath. So that's going to drop him down to 2-1 on the entry on the game. But good pick with the MP5K. Definitely paying off when Don's already sitting at 6-3. And that's going to be the Ash down early, so no bulletproof utility getting taken care of. But on the bright side, there's not a whole lot to take care of. Drone coming out from VZ, probably just clearing himself for the hard breach. And they're going to be setting up flank watch on those Astro stairs, making sure that the Mad Dog doesn't come back up. So he's going to be playing down by Mudroom right now. They got 2 in vault, 1 in 90. Again, kind of going for these one-man roams. Yikes.
And that conservative playstyle seems to be paying off for them, since they do still have those 4 anchors on site if they lose them early, so it's only a 4v5, as well as the fact that whoever's roaming, and that would currently be that mute there of Dawn trying to hold down whatever was really left, trying to get that 90 hole, trying to waste as much time and as much health really as you can. He's actually very close to site, so has sort of returned, but lowered tech down to just 1 bar. But I think that the conservative plays there from Navigate really managing to pay off there. Low risk, obviously not as much of a reward, but still getting that reward there thanks to that strong roam. And now 3v5, as there goes tech as well. He gets finished off by I'm not sure who, but unfortunate situation here for Mercenaries, as they have about 30 seconds left here, just over, and they're in a 5 versus 3 situation. Really, they need to make a move soon, but they don't have a lot of manpower left to really do anything. 3v4 though, there goes Easy with a kill actually onto attacks. There goes the Jaeger there.
You see Mad Dog picking up the double kill on the round, kind of overextending. Don't really know why. He sees the need to make these plays, but if they work off, it can't be a problem, right? Zed's going to get a frag in here into sight, but Exotic's going to be right on his butt, kind of playing ring around the rosy with him, but that's going to be a frag into vault, but there's not going to be enough time to do anything when you start walking into sight with 15 seconds. So that's going to be the first defensive round for Navigate. Don't know why they didn't go to AVG earlier, but I guess if you'll win it doesn't really matter when you'll win it. It's going to move the scoreline to a 3-1. I would say, obviously, best case for Navigate right now is a 3-3, but I think you got to aim at least to get 2 defensive wins here. Obviously, with the Valk ban, you're not going to be getting as much intel. They're not running a whole lot of bulletproof utility, so it might kind of make the executes work out quicker when they don't have as much to clear on site. And we're going to see Grim, obviously 6 picking off the Aruni, onto the castle. And if we get a quick look here at stats, Zed and Bully is definitely carrying their weight with 6 kills apiece, and Don leading the scoreboard with 7. Only problem is the rest of his team has 7. So he's definitely kind of asking them to pick it up when he's on the mute of all operators. So 2 guys that have been on Jaeger, 4-3 from Mad Dog, 2-4 from Attacks. Definitely want to step it up, but who knows? Maybe the match is playing Attacker side today. Gonna see the second attempt at kitchen dining. That's what we saw first round. If I might drill, I'm saying we definitely need more vert presence, because they just kind of gave that up first round. Obviously, you had Mad Dog playing on the roam, but all he's really going for is a late flank. They did kind of give up Master, kind of all that soft floor above sight was even up pretty early. So we'll see if they make the adjustment here. We'll see if they go for something completely different. Sounds like well, I thought it was a pre-play C4, but I guess we're using C4s for rotates now.
That's interesting. You don't normally see that, and I would agree with you on the on the point really that there needs to be an increased vertical presence, at least on this site for Navigate. They sort of gave up that part of the objective, and that's one of sort of two halves really of keeping this site playable really, is to extend you usually into Memorial, and then also to hold down the vertical above Master mainly, as well as Statuary for as long as possible. Which means that for some teams that even means putting reinforcements and quite a bit of utility on that wall there from Statuary into Master, just to slow down the attack's push through there. Speaking of the attack, Mercenaries going to now try and push from across the top floor. Going to have to deal, however, with that Mozzie there over in 90 of Exotic, who's going to be trying to get some kills here. Now just going to be holding 90 long there as the... Oh, dear. Surprised by my attack deciding to become Kool-Aid Man for a moment, takes him out. And now brings his team, Mercenaries, to a 5v4 here. Man advantage for Mercenaries going into the second minute of this round.
Yeah, I think it's definitely these one-man roams are not paying off. There's no trade potential there. Maybe if you got Don, who I knew was up in Astro at a point, maybe if he's playing by benches, he can get a trade, but instead they're going to be able to take to essentially 3 or 4 v1s on the Mad Dog and Don. Now they're both gone. With a minute 30, they're going to start opening up vertical play, definitely on schedule. And, when you have a 2-man advantage, it doesn't really matter if you're on schedule, because you can just play for trades at that point. But, again, Mercenaries crossing their T's, dotting their I's, making sure they get in everything, so there's the highest chance at a round win here. That's going to be the castle going down. Bully's getting a double on the round. I don't know if he got stuck in Laundry or what happened, but that's going to be Mad Dog, I believe. No, it's Gunny on the Bandit, going to get the frag on the Zed, but Tech's going to trade it back onto attacks. It's going to be Gunny in a 1v4. I believe this is the second or third 1v4 of this young game so far. And no drone, just Nomad kind of face checking in the middle, and that's going to lead to her death. But Ash going to be playing that Vert. Gunny's going to be left on about 1 health, and it doesn't matter how much health you have when you have 4 streams of bullets coming at you. And that's going to move it into a 4-1 game. Mercenaries, honestly, can put the dagger in here next round, in my opinion, with an attack win. I mean, you can do all you want, but I feel like the mental aspect's got to be getting to you when a fairly... I mean, it's definitely not this attacker-sided. I mean, yes, it plays 52% attacker-sided in NAL, technically. But, I mean... not a huge sample size, and this isn't NAL. So, definitely kind of demoralizing, but it's going to be up to Navigate, keep in high spirits, keep trying to put these rounds together, because, I mean, at the end of the day, the difference between a 7-1 loss and a 7-4 loss can be huge in a best of 5.
I would have to agree with that. I don't think... Are we using round count for that final map? I don't believe we are. But if we are, really, then even if Navigate has sort of given up on their chances on this map, they need to certainly put up that fight in order for them to sort of stand a chance in that round count, should that happen. If not, then I suppose they could just sort of conserve their energy. But as you are right, this is certainly demoralizing, to say the least, for Navigate. And I sort of wonder why they're in this situation. Admittedly, even if Navigate wins this next round, they're going to be in a bleak situation, down 2 rounds and on attack on a map like Villa. Now I'm gonna turn it over to Nocturnal here. Do you think that there's any reasons why really Navigate is in the situation that they're in, other than the obvious they lost 4 rounds?
So I'd like to answer your question from before just super quick. So this is best of 5 with map advantage. So Mercenaries did get kind of rewarded that first map for going through the upper bracket, but that doesn't really matter right now because Attack's going to be chased down by this 4-man roam clear. Is going to take about 60 health from Tech, and he's going to dip. But that is good to see that they're learning to fall off, I was going to say. But that's going to be Mad Dog on the Mozzie, getting Tech and then getting traded out by Bullius on 4v4, 45 seconds into the round. Lots of early gunfights going on here, which I think, for the most part, just have not been going in the favor of Navigate. I think a lot of the fact that the roamers aren't playing strictly off each other is really playing to their detriment. That's going to be Bullius clearing the second roamer, his second roamer killed of the round. I think just how quick these armors are getting taken out, the fact they're not playing off each other too strongly. I think they kind of tried to adjust to it this round. But nonetheless, I think if one falls off, you got to drop both off. That being said, we're going to see some gunfights taken into sight. Gunny's going to be dropped down to just below about around 70 health. Bullies is now just going to be in sight and prone and shooting Gunny right in the mouth. That's going to be a triple for him on the round. We'll see if he's going to try and go for his ace. He's already at 11 and 3, and ace would push it to 13 and 3. He's going to get a quad. That's Grim going down. Now it's just Don, and he's going to get the ace.
Wow, Goliath with an ace to close out the first half. And if that is not one way to certainly provide really a gut punch there to navigate and a real sort of kick in the pants for them, then I do not know what exactly is. I'm sure Bully is going to be celebrating that. I'm going to take a quick look at the scoreboard. Bully is now going to be going 13 and 3. Wow. Has now over a 4.0 KD at the moment.
I would say he's chasing down the kill record, but the way this game's lopsided, he's not going to have enough rounds to chase it down. No, Tab stats dropped 23 earlier in playoffs, so that is best of 3 singular map kill record.
Yeah.
That game did go to OT, though. I believe that was all 15, and, we're through 6 right now.
I think it only went to 8-6, so it went 14 out of 15, which was I casted that one. That was a fun one to watch. Tab stats. I think at one point he got caught on the cameras in the middle of a meeting, like on the stage by one of the members of JD, and he got just domed right in the back of the head because he got caught on the cameras.
I know he had like 19 through 10 rounds, and then like the final, what would that be, 4 rounds, and then even the next map he didn't frag out of his mind quite as much, but nonetheless, we'll see what Bully says on his mind. Creepsies probably has a kill on his mind. Kind of wishing Bully sort of donated one of those, but if you're winning, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, and that's what matters. Tab stats during that match was quite a force to be reckoned with there. Even if he didn't consistently really frag out of his mind, he sort of lost some momentum, as you mentioned. But still, that begs the question of, will the very popular stat searching service be pulled out for any of the other maps here by Mercenaries? I'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see on that one, though. But considering that this is a map that favors Calibrate in general, because Calibrate has plenty of strats and is very strong in this map, and the fact that Calibrate is on defense, and the fact that they're up 5-1 here, I think that this map is obviously you're never supposed to say never, but this is looking close to unwinnable here for Navigate, really.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing, again, Kitchen and Dining being a favored site. And in my opinion, I think Mercenaries playing much more textbook. Got 3 upstairs, 2 on site. Pretty standard hold. Bringing them on Lucy, slowing down the push, making more to clear, and putting them off site. You clear those with your Ash, well, now you got a castle to deal with. So, again, going to see a Saudi side push. Might just be Gunny solo entry on the Nomad, but he's going to kind of be teaming up with Mad Dog, I believe. He's going to kind of take the south side of the map all the way up to 90. And Mad Dog's going to put up his Claymore at red stairs, which can prove costly since, red on red does tend to be pretty hard to see. Going to try and make their ingress here into the statuary room. But instead, Attacks is just going to casually walk into sight and pick up a double. Pantry stairs clearly got ignored, and he's going to get swung by the SMG-11, get downed by the Mutant, finished off, but not before the damage is done. This is a 2v4, quickly turned into a 2v2, as Tech's going to pick up a double on the Grim and Dawn. And that's going to be Defu down outside of China. Very quick set of gunfights there. But nonetheless, nothing's changed. Went from a 5v5 to a 2v2, basically. Only difference is Diffuser's sitting in the middle of the hallway. Mad Dog's going to be sitting here on this hatch. And he's going to hop back on the drones.
Droning out Envy Tech there. His name is Tech Envy, getting the double thanks to that drone. Don't think that Tech was actually aware of that, and now the Diffuser has been picked up, but also he only has 30 seconds left here. Does need to push through those castle barricades. Does, however, have those Ash charges to do that. Now going to look to push into sight, get a 3K for this opening round, if I'm remembering correctly, looks for it, gets it actually, and the round, and it'll now be 5-2 here. Now he gets still down by 3 rounds, but that is certainly a good sign for them based off of this past round.
And that was a navigate round if I have ever seen one. Just coming in, winning your gunfights, and attacks casually walking into sight. I believe he even had a proxy alarm on him going off as he picked up those 2 kills. Definitely, I believe it was set on the mute doing that frag. Definitely worked towards evening things back out. Otherwise, we had sight control in a 3 or 4v1, I believe. So definitely good work by his head to get the frag, but did prove futile in the end. But definitely those string of frags from Tech and Zed was kind of scary. Almost thought the 5v2 might get thrown, but nonetheless, we're going to move on to the scoreline being 5-2, and we're going to see if Navigate can continue to put up some rounds and try and pull this thing back. Another kitchen dining defense.
Interesting choice there from Mercenaries. I think they realized that it very much seemed last round that they were a bit asleep at the wheel. They had gotten the advantage that they needed, but now they need to keep their eyes on the prize, really. They're in this position where they can put this map away quickly and get, up 2-0 or just 1-0?
Essentially 2-0. That is what those little yellow bars at the top next to the names are for, if any of you in chat were wondering.
I wasn't exactly sure, but
we can toss those together. Right
if they win this next map, which they certainly seemed poised to do, and they're in a position where they can easily get that next round. They just need to sort of keep their eyes on the prize, keep themselves focused, and win these next 2 rounds really to put the map away for them. But it just appeared that last round they were sort of asleep there, got caught, as some people might put it, got caught slacking.
I mean, when someone walks in the site, I could say you're slacking a bit on the intel game. But I think, honestly, that might be a large reason as to why they chose to go back to kitchen and dining. I mean, you lose 2 early frags, and you still have a really close round at the end of it. I mean, you eliminate that little oversight, and definitely can easily win this site. So I think that's probably the main reason why they went back to it. But we will see if they can prove successful. But, having your pulse on 10 HP off the bat doesn't tend to help. As he's just going to be playing in Memo. I don't really know how he took that damage. Might have gotten a little too aggressive onto the bicycle window. But nonetheless, just going to be hiding around hard walls. He could have gotten drone hold now that I think about it. But I don't know exactly how that worked out. We are going to see a couple people hitting the rappel up to Master Belk now. Trying to clear out this realm. Gonna be Bullius getting the opening onto Mad Dog. I believe that's Bullius' 3rd opening kill of the game. Now Zoke's gonna be going for the trade attacks. However, isn't gonna get it. He's gonna get headshot by Bullius. It's gonna be his 15th of the game. And he's just gonna continue to hold Master. He's just waiting for someone else to swing from benches. Gunny, he wants you to do it. He wants you to do it so bad. One of these guys I can almost guarantee is going to look away from the angle, and the second they do, the other one's going to peek. Either way, M10? What? Bullies and Tech are going to be pushing up. There goes the ace by Don, and that's going to be Gunny going down on the Nomad. Now it's going to be a 5v1. Good luck, Grim. Try an ace.
And it's it's a 1 versus all here for Grim.
Poor Grim. Andy's got the pulse. Oh, the pulse went right below him too. The only thing going for Grim here is he's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's valid, but at the same time, he's the Krispy Kreme employee of the team. Oh no, he has a low time here. He does not spot the mute there, holding the angle. Now gets a double. Line themselves up with Goliath trades. It'll now be a match point here, a map point, using that sightline set up above to get the round for his team.
Is he running White Noise Silver Charm?
I don't even know.
I know it's white noise. I can't tell if it's silver or plat because I forget if we'd moved to blue plat by white noise or not.
All I know is that I think the like appearance, I'd say is the best way to put it. The appearance of Platinum was changed to Wind Bastion, which was quite a while after White Noise.
Yeah, so yeah, it could be plat. But yeah, either way, whether it's silver or plat doesn't change the fact that he's on 16 kills through 8 rounds. So it's quick, easy maths of 2 kills per round. Poor
Yes.
poor Creepsy.
And he's going
Creepsy.
16-4. He has a 4.0 KD, so every
Creepsy sitting on the 0 and the 6, and I would be most mad that Grim got 2 meaningless kills there to beat him to, breaking the donut.
Yeah, he did. They lined themselves up. Could have just been one if they hadn't run into each other. Really, bumped into each other. A bit of serendipity there, but I would, my best guess regarding the charms before I go on to the topic at hand here. My best guess on the charms is that actually is platinum, because I can't imagine a player like Julius wanting to show off his silver charm from 2 years ago, 3 years ago almost.
Yeah, doesn't like Super run the bronze charm from like eons ago though. Well, it doesn't really matter what charms he's running because Tech's now at 70 health. Just got sprayed down through the door. I think he got hit 2 or 3 times, so I don't know how he's only at like 65 health. Apparently, 2x4s do a lot for bullet resistance. Nonetheless, we are going to see him dropping downstairs. Got the stuff deployed a little late up there in study, but he is going to be roaming downstairs now. Maybe playing a C4. Uh-oh. Well, Bullies isn't going to be adding to that kill total because, a nade just landed on his head.
Don seems quite pleased with himself after getting that kill there. And
I mean, you get rid of nearly half the frag count on the other team, I'd be pretty proud of myself, too.
Yeah, that's very true. Tech as well going to be on 65. He was their second fragger. I don't think he just got noticed. I don't think he got noticed by that drone. I couldn't exactly tell, but it did not look like it. And I'm satisfied to say that he has 6 mags on the dot there with 180 bullets. But going to see if he can train any of those actually on the approaching attackers here. Both Grim and the Ash actually. I can't tell exactly who that is. That would be Exotic pushing forward, trying to take him out. He runs away and gets down and out there in short order by Exotic for a 3v5 now. This is not looking like the best match, this best round, by Mercenaries.
Shoot, someone's going out down here in the 5v3. Definitely make sure you execute better when you're not going against the same amount of people. Zed holding red stairs right now. I don't know if he's going to try and can hold a steady push from landing or if he's expecting someone to come with red stairs, but nonetheless, it's leaving 2 people on site. That's going to start trying to move him back. Maybe cover 90. Don's going to get a frag on the Crispy. But he did find his first kill. But now he's going to go down. And it's going to be the 2v3 now. His gunny gets the kill, but the Diffuser is down and long. And Zed's going to be able to play on it with the use of his shield. He's got the C4 pulled. He is ready to blow whoever goes for the defuse to smithereens. But no one went for it, and he used the C4. He's going to be swinging on along. No one's looking at him, but he doesn't know that. He's going to wait till someone turns around. Now it's a 3v1 left on the castle. UMP's not exactly what you want, but 20 health on Exotic maybe. Trying to play around the couch here. Gets caught going into vault. Gonna have one swinging 90. She doesn't see him. He doesn't see her. But once Mad Dog finally finds him, he's gonna pick up the frag. And that's gonna be another attacking round in the favor of Navigate. And it's gonna be 6-3 now.
The open wall there really managed to benefit them at the end of the day, but some blunders there from both teams. Losing the diffuser, wasting the nitro, going down to a 5v3 that early on for Mercenaries was a death wish, really. But and this is my opinion here, but I think that if I believe it was Zed there as the Goyo last round, if Zed had won that gunfight against, I think it was Mad Dog he was facing, that or Don, whoever he was facing over 90 for the diffuser, if he had won that gunfight, I think the game would have been over there.
Yeah. So, I think we're going to trophy statuary now. Switching up, I believe this is the third site. Attack's getting up there in the pink. That's lovely. Um, Nonetheless, we're gonna be seeing out this trophy statuary. I believe this is the first time Calibrate's gone to trophy statuary because they went dining, dining, AVG. So now we got to string 3 together here. The question is, can they do it? I mean, you've won dining, you've won AV, you lost dining the second time. Oh well. But now you got to string together 3 in a row. Trophy, in my opinion, is the weakest of the 3 sites. Obviously, it's kind of up to team preference between whether you want to play trophy or if you want to play dining as your secondary. But it does seem that both of these teams favor dining almost as a primary, as they have been running it frequently and early. Gonna see an extension over here in AV, using some bandit batteries on it, which means they're not gonna full electrify trophy wall, I believe. Unless they're just putting 1 bandit on study wall, which I guess if you gotta put it somewhere, you gotta put it somewhere. It is gonna be a south side take. Oh, I saw some team damage come out there. Tech playing this vault opening. Definitely an interesting setup. Not like super off meta or super weird, but definitely interesting. Uh-oh.
Looks a bit, the setup there looks a bit half-baked. Usually, at least I'd expect something like a shield or maybe a castle barricade on that window there to cover him, but it does not appear that he has either of those, so it just looks like they either accidentally or purposefully just put a giant hole in the wall, and there goes a 4v5. Man Vanish actually now in favor of Navigate here, as there goes Goliath, the top frag of Mercenaries. Seems to have, at least for these past few rounds, been the top pick, the first pick for Navigate to take away there from Mercenaries here.
Yeah, we may have castered cursed them because we went from raving about 16-4 to opening kill 2 rounds in a row. But nonetheless, we are going to see the fallback towards sight from the rest of the roamers, except for Vigil down below. Tech waiting to come up some flight of stairs. But, there's only 3 staircases. There's 3 air jabs from the Nomad. If she really wants, she can deny all 3 of them. But instead, she's just going to deny Malusi the right to live, and that's going to be Zed taken off the board.
I have to laugh a bit at a bit of the word usage, just find that a bit comical. Now 3v4, so still a man advantage here for Navigate, but certainly could be worse really for Mercenaries. Very minor flashbacks as opposed to them being down 3-5 last round. And still, they're doing a very good job here actually of wasting the time really of Navigate. They have 50 seconds left and they haven't really gotten into a side. 3v3 though, they're evened up already. Wow. That smoke there of VZ proven to be a strong force there on the Astro hold.
The biggest thing I've noticed here
in favor of Mercenaries. 2v2 though.
Shot. Good shot there coming out from Grim. Definitely showing that donut he had earlier is not worthy of donning his name. 2v2 now. I think the biggest thing for me is the map control. But the Sophia's going to be kind of just jiggle peeking here, trying to get the fresh. He's going to flick onto Tech's head. Now it's a 1v2 left on the smoke, and he's going to drop to Grim. I'm honestly very impressed that Navigate took that. Even though they had the 4v3, I was kind of worried about the positioning. They didn't have Master cleared. They didn't have really any way into sight that wasn't going to cause a crossfire from elsewhere, but they managed to win their ones and get the round with 2 people still alive. That's going to move it to match point. I think this is like match point number 3 at this point. But now just 2 more attacking wins, and they'll be able to force OT.
Yeah, I think that you're right on this is what, their 3rd attempt, I think? Either that or that was at least their 2nd, if not their 3rd. So, that sort of logicking it out here, that would actually have been their 2nd there. Because they had a 5-1 half, and then they let up a round, and then they reached match point, but now going to be going to Dining and Kitchen, which is where they got to this position of being at match point. So going to try to close it out on the site that they ended up reaching match point at after having to rotate through those other 2 sites while waiting for Dining to become available again. And this is interesting to see. At least, you have Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I think this is 3 because I went through the rotation and then.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do math here.
Yes, we all passed algebra 1 at least. I'm hoping.
I'm definitely
Please,
not in a college
Nocturnal.
statistics class, and I know how to count.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you can count more than just your fingers. So that's excellent, and you can see.
Joke's
It's
on you. If you've
interesting
seen
to.
my aim, you'd know I don't have fingers.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh at that very quickly, but I'm gonna return to the topic at hand here, which is pun not intended. I'm very sorry. Uh, topic,
Oh God!
which is actually
When you had to
gonna be
specify that
discussed
it's a
here. What we're
pun.
actually here for, not to discuss Nocturnal's hands, but actually to discuss this game. It's very interesting, at least for me, to see Navigate be in this position that they were at match point. They're down a map. They're down a lot of rounds. They were down 2. They're down 4. They're now down 2. But it's interesting to see that it's interesting to see that they're able to mount this. That they're mounting this comeback. I don't know what exactly is really causing it on their side. I don't know why Mercenaries is unable to put it away. But my best guess here is that even though Mercenaries is good at evening it up, off of those man disadvantages, the 4v3 turn into a 3v2 into a 2v2 eventually, and they're also really good at wasting the time there of Navigate. They're not doing great at getting those opening picks. They end up losing. Their top fragger of Bully is fairly early on, and he doesn't get any kills, so it's usually a 5v4 for them, and they'd be down that man fairly early on, which is not really the way that you want to be going here, especially if you're trying to put the map away, really.
Yeah, I think we're seeing. Ooh, excuse me. We're gonna see Mercenaries kind of making some of the same mistakes Navigate's been making, just kind of giving up early solo fights with your top frags. But that's gonna quickly be traded back and put into a 4v4. Luckily, as Boyce is gonna get the kill onto Don, straight back the kill onto Tech from before. But we're just gonna keep the theme of trades going. So the Nomad's gonna pick one up. It's gonna cost her about 95 health, but I'll take a gun over 95 health any day. And the Pulse gonna hop back, try and find some intel, as he knows they're above, and all the top floor has kind of been surrendered.
No, drone's going out there. That's not so hot. I have nothing else to say there. No comment. And now 45 seconds left here for Navigate. They need to make a push soon. They do have the man advantage, and they have quite a bit of vertical setup as well as some walls, but they could still look at getting some more walls. They still have Grim as that ace with the 2 Selmas left. Knights are being thrown out there by Zed to no avail, though. Does, however, likely discourage that push there for a few moments.
Gunny's just gonna be sitting here waiting for this wall to get opened up, and now there's 15 seconds left. Like, you really gotta push in the site. You got a man advantage, but you're gonna have to push through a few avenues and walk into a C4. Now it's a 3v3. Now Zed's gonna make it a 3v2, and now you're gonna get down, and this is what happens when you wait. This is what happens when you wait till the last 15 seconds to push in. You walk into an M10.
Yep, and Priest be doing it for his team, getting them up now to up 2-0 with this win here, 7-4. Has there been a 7-4 before between these two teams? I'm not surprised by the score.
The closest game was 7-3.
Wow.
So this was the closest game. Yeah, it was 7-1, 7-2, and 7-3. So now we're 7-4. Maybe we'll see 7-5 next.
Yeah.
So we are going to be going to Navigate's map pick next, I believe.
Or one of Navigate's map picks, which will be... What map will it be?
It will be Oregon, and they'll be defending both to start regulation, and if OT does come, they'll be defense there as well.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're going to be a bit scared of that, considering that they just got handed that 5-1 there from Mercenaries. And we're gonna.
I think the thing I'd be most scared of is that Twitch Prime booster that Kinder just got. But nonetheless, we'll let him put that to use as we head to break here before we get into that map 3 technically, and we'll be back soon. What's up, everybody? And we're back here with Map 2 Oregon between Calibrate Mercenaries and Navigate eSports. Mercenaries took the first map, which is, technically Map 2, 7-4 on Villa. Definitely was closer than you'd think after the first half, goes 5-1 in favor of the attack. But we'll see if this game pans out to be attack favored too here on Oregon.
Yeah, and as we saw last map, Mercenaries ended up going 5-1 on their attacking half, and even in spite of that, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to word this. Navigate. There we are. Navigate got 3 rounds afterwards, not necessarily in a row, but they did get 3 rounds on the attacking half afterwards. But unfortunately, the disadvantage that they were put at the end of that half was just too much for them when they're now going to be down here, or down 2 maps here. Just to not confuse everybody watching at home, I'm not talking about down here as in a specific location. I'm talking about being down a number of maps here.
He's actually talking about Australia.
Yeah, I'm definitely talking about the Aussies, mate. Yeah,
so, if we look at the history between these two teams on this map, it was played first round of playoffs. Mercenaries took it 7-3. Again, Gunny wasn't playing that game. So maybe he's a large influence. I don't know. I don't play for him, so I wouldn't know. But the one game he did play against Mercenaries, they won 7-1. So take that as you will. I'll just give you the information. I won't make decisions based on the information. I'll just let you know it. We're gonna see basically the same ban phase. Ella said goodbye yet again, and Clash is going to be the last one to get rid of. Does come in pretty clutch for bunker extensions. Definitely about impossible to take bunker if you got a Clash standing at public door zapping you while the smoke's throwing mustard gas at you from behind 2 shields. But
yeah, quite a funny thought that is, actually. And we've seen. I've seen recently, at least, Mercenaries play on this map before versus Jesus and the Disciples, which is who Navigate faced, if I'm remembering correctly, earlier. I might be wrong.
Navigate in the lower bracket finals last game?
In the lower bracket finals.
Yeah, it was against Jesus and the Disciples.
And I don't know if they did go to Oregon, and if so, what the score was, but when Mercenaries faced Jesus and the Disciples earlier in the winners bracket semifinals, I think it's the correct name for it. They ended up, they being Mercenaries, ended up winning this map in overtime 8-6. So if there is any sort of comparison there, it would be interesting to see, really. And this doesn't seem to be necessarily a strong map here for Mercenaries, but this is not their Achilles heel. So we'll have to see how they do. And keep in mind, they are at series point here, technically speaking, since they are up 2 maps. But we'll have to see how much additional pressure or how much confidence for Mercenaries and how much pressure on Navigate it really puts on them, considering that they're at series point here. It would be both teams, really, one at the receiving end, one at the sort of the giving end, quote unquote.
Yeah, I think Navigate either had some communication problems or maybe didn't load in the best, because I'm pretty sure the Frost and the Warden got randomed onto at the end of the pick phase, and then they obviously, you can only 6-pick once, and Mad Dog switch off the Warden to the Jaeger. So I'm not sure if Grim's really supposed to be playing Frost here. Definitely not the way you want to start off of the map, but who knows, maybe you just picked it last second. Anyways, we're going to see looking like a master take here. Trying out for master side with the Maverick, and going to see Zed following up on the armory window, and Don's just going to leave instantly. Doesn't even want to flirt with the barrel of the gun, just there to force him to drone. Mad Dog's going to be playing aggressive on the top of white. They're going to spot out a Valk cam here. Let's see, yep. Oh, it's a magnet, not a Valk cam, because there's no Valk in play. Mad Dog's going to be just chilling at about 20 health now, so that's nice. Definitely what you want from your White Stairs player.
That's
to get those wall open. That's interesting.
Unfortunate there for Exotic. as the Jaeger, and Impact goes out to lower him, but I don't think that's going to really phase Crispy all that much. He does get the frag kill. Wow, for the first kill of this map. Looking for a second through that hole there in between Trophy and Attic Wall. And he might get it. The mute's over there. I don't think he does, but that's sad to see. Exotic taken down at last, was low, so I'm not surprised by that outcome.
Bully's picking up 2 on the round already, and it's going to be a 4v2 now, as those entries are coming. That entry frag, quite literally, proving good. Misplaced Nomad there, allows Gunny to come in on the flank, shut Nomad down before he can place another air jab, and then Grim's going to grab one of his own. Someone's going to get a Frostmount on White Stairs, now it's going to quickly go from a 4v2 to a 1v2, essentially. And Gunny's going to swing it and get the kill.
Oh my, that is unfortunate there for Mercenaries. Just a simple mistake with that placement of the air jab led to the round going the way of Navigate. It took me a second, but then I remembered our first Gunny was the one that got that very strong, very important flank there, and I think that was what really killed the attack there of Mercenaries. If he had not taken out that air jab, if he had gotten hit by the air jab, I think that round would have fairly easily went the way, really, of Mercenaries. But now, gonna have to go down to basement here, brand that Goyo, and interestingly enough, will be Navigate now.
On the round already,
so yeah,
it's going to be a 4v2 now. Already has won as many defense rounds as they did on the Villa. We're going to see, I think... I'm happy to see that the frost mats actually ended up working out, because I don't think those are supposed to be there. But nonetheless, they're going to take the dub and they're going to move on down to the basement site. And probably playing an extension here, seeing the Goyo, maybe not. No extension. Going to be reinforcing off supply to bunker wall. They do leave the left wall of E-box into bunker soft, however, maybe playing angles from pillar. Tax looking for a place to put his proxy, so it'll cover everywhere. He's going to get a little picky with it. And we'll see where he ends up doing that. I think all bandits, going to be pre-placed on in there into bunker. And Attacks, I believe, still looking for a place to put that proxy. I don't know if he's put down his shields yet. Probably put it down there.
And, interestingly enough, I was looking back. These teams have actually had a best of 3 before, which Mercenaries won 2-0. And one of the maps was actually Oregon, which admittedly different rosters on both teams, but similarities between the two rosters then and the two rosters now. But I noticed that Mercenaries had ended up winning the map of Oregon, actually 7-3 against Navigate. So I think that they might actually
that was
have,
the
even if
first round
game. Even if this is Navigate's pick, I think that they might actually stand a bit of a chance here, keeping that in mind.
Was that a friendly nade that just took out that drone? I think it was, because I heard kind of the rolling sound, and then it went bye-bye. And the Maverick is down to 1 nade, so I'm going to take a guess and say that's what happened, but Don doesn't really care, because he's going to shut down Bullies in the entry sitting there on the washing machine, and that's going to be the Zofia gone. It's going to move it into a 4v5, looking kind of hard-pressed down on main stairs here. So that's the take they want to go for. Definitely the, I guess, a weaker side. You don't have to deal with as much utility, and it's typically not expected. But Mad Dog's just going to be chilling over here in the server room, waiting to flank through Z. Tech now on the Ash, trying to take the entry, lights up the Goyo, gets some bullets back onto her. And that's going to be Gunny taking a fight as well upstairs. Still upstairs in Armory. Now the Maverick's going to be chasing him. Reaction time's not going to quite be there as Maverick crosses across, and he's going to be pulling the pin on a nade. Get rid of the cam first. Oh no. Oh no. He's going to swing the nade into the waiting arms of Gunny, and now it's a 5v3. And now it's basically a 5v1. This Don's going to pick up a triple on the round, going for his 4K onto Zed. Zed's down here in bunker now. I don't think the time to rotate the bunker is when everyone's dead, but to each their own. Now probably just trying to pick up a few kills, kind of pad them stats, and with 50 seconds, there's not really a whole lot you're going to be able to do in your positions now. Gonna swing on to the Goyo. Ooh, good shot there. No man, take the first kill. I'm gonna flash in. Burnt by an ADS. I think everyone's just going to kind of fall off now. Don't want to risk throwing. But as I say that, Mad Dog's going to swing and click Zed in the head. Another good round there.
Wouldn't say clicks just yet. Might be one bad omen, putting the jinx on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a different term, but it's now 0-2 here, and interestingly enough, this is sort of the opposite of what I was expecting. Really, there's a very strong opening few rounds here actually for Navigate, which admittedly this is their map pick, so shouldn't be too surprised by that, but still.
Yeah, Navigate's map pick, so definitely probably a map they have stratted out, probably a map they've counter-stratted or worked out.
The Valkyrie. The Valkyrie Elite.
I will check the rulebook. I'll let you take over super quick while I check rulebook.
Alright, and as he's checking the rulebook, I'm going to be just watching this next round, which will actually be a kitchen and dining defense here. It's their third site. Don't have any real other options other than meeting in kitchen, which I don't know if they really want to go there. Going to be looking to extend into, it appears into showers there, has the castle for it, so sort of the telltale sign being the castle's presence, and now bring that Valkyrie Elite there. I don't know how exactly that's going to turn out for them, but if that is against their rules, which I don't know if it is, we still have no trouble checking that, but it seems probable that it will be a free round here for Mercenaries, which I'm sure if that does end up going that way, that'll be certainly a result in Navigate sort of kicking themselves in the shin, really. And just trying to set up the site here, actually.
Rule 5.4, ban cosmetics, Twitch and Valkyrie Elite are banned, so she hasn't been TK'd, and she's used her cams, or she's used one, so at this point, this should be a round forfeit.
Yeah.
If Mercenaries end up winning the round, it doesn't really matter, but otherwise we're probably going to have a rehost come out. But nonetheless, we'll cast this as if it's usual. We will obviously lead this to the admins to decide, but that is technically me, so we'll see what everyone comes to a ruling in. Nonetheless, we're going to see this picked out. Asgard's going to open up that showers wall. It's going to be a small tower take here from the attack. Goliath missing the first Valcam. Or missing the first shot on the Valcam. That finishing off pretty easy. Running the elite skin, but also running Geode. That adds up. Some trends going in here, and Bully's going to make his way on in. I don't think the Valk hurt him, and she's going to fall. Doesn't really matter that she has the elite skin, because she's dead now. Could just shoot the bandit batteries off as opposed to wasting a nade on them, but we'll waste a nade on them anyways and damage to Sophia. Okie dokie. And that's gonna be Dawn down to 10 health. And he doesn't realize that there's flares and showers, and he's gonna give Bullius the second kill of the round. His cast's gonna swing on in, and he's gonna get the refrag onto the Sophia. Hash is gonna try and trade that back. Instead, I don't even know who got that kill. It will be Tech getting the kill, and Tech getting another one onto Gunnies. Now he's got a double of his own on the round. That's a 4v1, and that's going to be Jaeger going down. So, Valk lead skin doesn't really matter. Okay. Apparently, Escario's gone, so we're gonna get a surprise appearance from Kinder.
Hello.
Just because he hippity hoppity on the Discord, probably just some internet connection issues. At least it's a caster, not a player. And we are not gonna be seeing the Valk. I'm gonna go ahead and head to rep chat. Ping them in a rep for the Valkyrie. Kinder already did.
Thank God, I have to say, the Navigate lost that. I really did not want to rehost.
We did not want to rehost, yeah. Stats are annoying.
Well, as we, I guess they reopened top floor. Yes, sir. And that's where they're gonna go. Defense can pull back. There's definitely gonna be a momentum loss for them. Not sure how they're going to respond to that, but they are going back up to their top floor, which worked pretty well for them. They almost threw it, but they had a nice little clutch up from Gunny. Not sure how they're going to handle it this time. Again, winning with a nice little two-man clutch at the end, getting a lucky frost trap kill. Not always the most decisive way to win, so gonna have to rethink some strats and come back at this in possibly a new way. Starting without a frost, actually.
Yeah, I think this is actually the first round they're coming back with strats. I think the first round, I'm almost positive that they got random onto Frost Warden, which is about the worst duo you can get randomed onto. But they made it work, so I think now that they got strats, they should be even stronger on this site. We do see the Bandit. I don't think Cade is banned, so it kind of surprised me to see the Bandit instead of the Cade. Just a lot easier to deal with. It's just Ash Charge outside of the classroom window gets rid of them, as opposed to a Cade where you force them to push on in. They're vulnerable to Z and meeting. But clearly, I guess Gunny is really good on the MP7, so might be part of the reason behind it, but we'll see.
Yeah, so far just looking like a standard master push right now. Got those Ash Charges going in below to take out those Game Room Bandits or Mute Jammers. In this case, I'm not sure which.
It was Bandits I saw in place.
Well, there you go. There you have it, folks. That's gone now. It's a lot of utility burned. Nobody there to try to counter-strat it with those holes in the floor. So VT's going to have a quick and easy time getting, especially with armor control, having been seeded. Not sure what the defense is doing, but not a great start.
Yeah, definitely just kind of surrendering this part of the map. The only thing that I think they really got going in their favor is that Mercenaries does tend to favor these one-sided pushes. Push four guys one side, push one on the backside. And Attack's going to be taking shots on the Creasby there. And as long as he holds top white, it's going to be really... Top white and Addict, as long as those get held, are going to be very difficult. Well, speaking of Addict getting held, there goes Gunny's head. And now Goliath is going to be looking for his next victim through the breach here. You're going to hear the smokes coming out from Attacks. This is actually going to be a bunk plant, because they got the breach open, but that's not where the defuse is. Attacks is just going to push right through the smoke, pick up VZ, and now it's going to be a 4v3. Definitely doable now that they have defuse in hand. The defense they do. And Mad Dog's going to hear the repel, but he's going to miss the shots onto the man on repel. Attack's just going to be holding the diffuser over here. Shots coming through the floor at Mad Dog, and he's just going to walk into Master, and he's going to get gunned down by Bullies, and that's his third on the round. Just needs the last two, and he can pick up his second ace of the game. But we will see how this plays out. Grim looks like he's trying to go for a vault up onto this little desk here, and Attack's going to be holding the angle through the ground onto the Ash. Trying to deny a lot of angles, so you just got to deal with big window and bottom white. And Creasy's definitely trying to peek him there. Now is his head, and it's going to be 3 lines of sight. You're dedicated to taking out Attacks. That's going to get sucked up by my magnet. Not going to knock anyone down. There goes Attacks. He's going to be a 1v4, and Grim can't do a whole lot there when you got a bunch of bullets coming at you.
Yeah, definitely a nice pickup there for Mercenaries. Starting to get back into the game after the first 2 rounds. Didn't seem like themselves, but they're finally back. Bullius, of course, popping off as he has been prone to do these past couple of rounds. So good for him there, clutching up for his team, but also the rest of the team getting a lot of angles open, watching those windows, where they count, the floors, whatever they needed to do to make sure the objective was locked down, which is not something the attackers are usually able to do so quickly. And the defenders just seeded that a little bit too quickly, so now they're going to have to look to improve now.
And I would like to welcome back Escargo. Don't know what happened there, but I guess I'll let you explain.
Yeah, sorry, I had a bit of Wi-Fi issues, so I got to keep back up very quickly. It only took me like 5 minutes or so, so thank you for welcoming me back. I'm glad to be back. Sorry about that. Kinder and Nocturne would have to put you in that situation, but I am back, and wow, it's up to 2-2 already. I certainly missed quite a bit then.
And no, didn't miss too much. Still on this 2-2 here. Going back downstairs, they lose their last dorm's defense just to get you back up to speed. Wasn't really even close. Just kind of got pinched from both sides. Gave up a lot of map control pretty early. That just, never really bodes well as a defense. But yeah, we are going to see them go back downstairs now. Still bringing the Bandit. Definitely much more viable down here. You can't play vert onto Bandit charges down here. So definitely going to have to focus on getting E-Box Hatch if they want to get any of those bunker walls open. But last time it was a main stairs take. being just a caster, I'd like to see more of a focus on maybe the freezer stairs, unless they really just want to go for this hard, typical bunker push, which with 3 people spawning over there may come out. We're going to see Bullies head over towards the T1 doorway.
Right, and certainly wish for a bit of variety as well, but I don't think we're going to be getting that. I don't often see, at the very least, successful freezer pushes in teams. So we'll have to really just wait and see on that. But going to be looking to hold down basement once again as Mercenaries just sort of eyeing those blue stairs will be crispy as the Maverick there has an angle held as well as leaving the air tab on it. Is that 2 air tabs? Or do my eyes deceive me?
He's got 2 air traps left in his pocket.
Oh yeah, I was hallucinating a bit, I suppose. But now going to be trying to open up, as you put it, E-box hatch there. Inside meeting will be crispy. It actually was open. I don't know if it was soft.
It was soft. Yeah, it was soft, and they just Mavericked it real quick.
Oh, that's not the right way to really be holding down that.
Yeah, that's not ideal. But I think the most shocking thing here for me is that all 5 are down here basically playing sight. I mean, you can call playing by freezer essentially anchoring, but as I say that, Don's looks like he might want to take a trip up freezer stairs to possibly flank, but a lot of that navigate one-man roam game we see on Villa has been not really present here at all. We have been seeing a lot of anchoring, a lot of playing around the site, which is good. You're not going to get picked off early with no trade potential, but you are giving up a lot of map control with no roam whatsoever. I see Crispy getting here, working with the Maverick, and attacks is going to take out Bullius, and that's going to be top rank on pretty quick. We're going to clear the Goyo shield on Pillar as well. Crispy just holding this angle, which is going to be held back the other way. It's going to be actually back into the line of sight of the freezer player of Don. I don't think he realized that was coming, but Tech's going to use the R4C to take down attack. Now Ace is going to come over here. I don't know if they actually got the bandit batteries off the wall from bunker to supply. No, they did not. So the Ace is not going to be able to open this up without maybe the use of an Ash charge, but it's a banded wall, so really getting an Ash charge to a place that it can do any work on those bandit batteries is going to be difficult. Anyways, why use the Zelmas when you have the AK-12? Just gun down Gunny real quick. And that's going to be a smoke, dedicated to smoking off long, but then Lucy's going to ping out. Tech's going to try and cover any C4 toss or rotate, but he's going to get shut down. But the Plancher's going to get shut down from Freezer. Grim's going to kill Zed. And Don's going to clean things up on Tech. Good work there by Mercenaries, keeping their map control. Or, not good work. Good work by Navigate, keeping their map control, punishing Mercenaries for not really taking anything else but the backside. They're able to kind of hold crosses onto supply is what makes that site really strong. But we are going to be pausing the timer here, I believe, in order to get Mad Dog back in here. Oh, Don left, thinking that we were going to have to rehost, but he can we might be rehosting.
Are we rehosting?
I don't know. We paused. Yeah, we paused. And
okay, I guess that's game over because it's a 5 versus 0. I don't think there's a way that
they can rejoin, but they have the ability to rejoin. So we'll wait until we get a call from admins before leaving the game.
I mean, on the upside here for Mercenaries, I don't think there's a way that they lose the situation. I mean, like, they don't even have to shoot anybody, really.
I believe, yeah, worst case is Nav just uses their rehost. But we are going to... Okay, so we're going to wait to see if Navigate rejoins. So basically we're going to go ahead and take this time, kind of break down the game so far. So, and that's going to be the official word that Navigate is going to be using their rehost. So we will be working on that, and in the interim we'll be kind of filling in with the game so far. I think, yeah, kind of the biggest thing for me from the Navigate's defense is they are playing much more site-centric, not really going for those solo roams, which is a trade-off, but I think all in all it's working a lot better. Just look at the scoreline. It could be the fact it's Oregon and not Villa, but I mean, even on entry, Bullius is getting his frags, but he's not getting them 30 seconds into the round.
I have to agree with you. A bit of a risk and a reward, and I think that the the conservative playstyle that's being employed right now by Navigate, which they likely have sort of picked up on that after their defending half on Villa, which obviously not comparing apples to apples here in comparing Villa to Oregon, but still they're both strat heavy maps that favor the defense really. So I think that the fact that they're learning sort of from that last defense and now going to be playing more conservatively, I think that the risk that is part of it is also is being outweighed right now by the reward. And sort of the risk of it is that Calibrate Mercenaries has yet to really abuse this risk really as and now as you can tell, going to be actually just trying to I'm sort of jumping around here a bit tangential, but what I was going to say actually is that sort of the downside for teams such as Navigate going to be playing that conservatively without any roamers, not even a single one, especially on a map such as Oregon, where you usually would want at least one roamer. So the downside is that they are unable to really delay the attack at all, outside of wasting time on site with utility dump operators such as Goyo and Maestro, and then slowing operators, if you want to put it that way, such as Malusi, Smoke, or Legion really. But sort of the downside of being unable to really get any early picks or waste a lot of time on the roam. The other downside is that it allows essentially if Mercenaries is able to abuse it, which so far they haven't been able to. If Mercenaries can abuse it, it allows for a 5-man collapse really, where Mercenaries takes basically the entire building, all the areas that they would need to take, they take, outside of the areas adjacent to site really, which in that last round, for example, was Freezer. But they had the vertical, they had the entirety of the ground and top floor, but it just depends on how quickly that team can get to there. And then once they're there, they can just use vertical angles and opening up those walls to really put a lot of pressure on the remaining anchors, which is what they should have done in that situation, at least in my opinion. But unfortunately for them, they didn't, and Navigate managing to capitalize off of that with those crossfires and playing very close to each other allowed them to get those refrags, which I think also sort of factored into why that round went to Navigate and why this half has really been going to Navigate. And I'm gonna toss it over to Kinder to hear his own opinion here. Kinder.
Yeah, so real quick, just to verify, it was 3-2 in Navigate's favor, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then band operators, it's Thatcher.
It's Thatcher, Jackal, Ella,
and then Clash.
Clash. Yeah.
Great, thank y'all much.
Yeah.
I'll pass it over. I'll pass the mic back over to y'all now that you both have returned. You guys can continue your analysis. So we wait for everyone to reach
I'm back. Yeah, while we're waiting for this, I did miss the question, so if you could repeat that, that'd be appreciated.
We were just discussing sort of the pros and cons of a very conservative sort of 5-man anchor there from Navigate, and how Mercenaries is addressing it really. So if you wanna add your 2 bits on that.
I think. Sorry, I had to check my mic real quick. I think the 5-man anchor, especially on basement, specifically, is definitely a viable strategy. There's not a lot of control that you are required to hold offsite. I mean, you'd like to hold the E-box hatch for some time, but sometimes it's just not really a viable strategy. You're going to lose more by trying to hold that than you can gain. I think it really kind of can play a lot like Clubhouse Basement played before SSG Room really took over the meta. Just for the fact that you have enough space and you really require at least 4 people to hold down really all the entries to site. And there's enough crossfires to hold that there's really no large downside to putting 5 on site. You put 1 freezer, you got 1 watching laundry. Typically, I would say, 1 extension. But, Navigate hasn't even been running that. But, without the Thatcher and the fact that Mercenaries just has not opted to bring Cali, it's taken a good while to get the walls open in basement, and some of that can be chalked up to the misuse of the Maverick torch, in my opinion, opening the peak hole on the elbow wall in the supply, I think you should have gone. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't have that peak hole there, but you should at least get the utility off first before going for those peaks, just so you can ensure that if anyone dies, you're going to be able to ace the wall open. Otherwise, you're just going to have to walk into a bunch of crossfires.
And on the flip side, I don't think that, while I would agree that they do need that additional sort of secondary support in the Cali, I don't think that that's the strongest choice, though, as considering that this is no coastline, we're not dealing with a map that has a lot of far out sidelines where Cali would be at home. This is Oregon with a lot more enclosed spaces, a lot more close quarters. I don't think that picking Cali, who has one of the longest range weapons in the game with the CSRX, I think the zoom on it goes up to 12 times. I don't think that she would really need that level of magnification on a map such as Oregon, really.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that a lot. I mean, but my thing with Callie is that she's not nearly as good of a long-range gunfighter now, since you can call it a nerf. Some people want to call it a buff because she can insta-kill one armors now, but it's not a buff. But since that change, she has a drop-off over range, so past 25 meters, she's not really useful anyways, so you're never really bringing her for the sniper. I would just think, like, if you find yourself kind of being slow trying to get those walls open, or struggling to get the walls open, just bring your utility. The bandit batteries have been pre-placed, so you can easily just, cali them, be done with it. That takes 2 seconds, and then you ace the wall, and you get it open pretty quickly, especially when there's no one playing bunker. I think that's a definite weakness if you do bring a Cali, and obviously, yeah, then you got to rely on the SPSMG. But I mean, it's a give and take, like with any operator you pick. But yeah. Speaking of operator picks, we're going to be getting into the pick facers. We're back from rehost, got everyone back in the lobby, and we're going to see a Legion picked from Grim. I believe that's one of the first few times we've seen Legion picked this series. We're going to see 0 from Crispy. That might be switched, because I believe that was a random. And yeah, it's going to be 6 picked onto the ace.
Makes some sense.
Yeah, definitely want your hard breach.
Yeah, and they
don't want to rely on Maverick.
Unfortunately for you, they don't have the Cali, and just to look forward a bit, as they announced in the reveal, what was that, yesterday, the day before, the Gone 6, which is essentially a one-shot Cali lance, basically. I think that since that's what you seem to be advertising most about Cali's, the lance, I think that when the Gone 6 comes out as that secondary weapon, technically, / secondary gadget, in a sense, I think that could very well be used as sort of a substitute for Cali, because it essentially does the same job, but it's just, instead of having to bring a primary weapon forward, you can just bring it instead of your secondary.
Yeah, well, definitely. Yeah, that was my thought, is that it doesn't go through walls. It's more of a Ash Sophia
right.
But yeah, we'll see how it comes when it comes to light servers. We'll see what it's used for. Plus, it's only on like 2 operators. So
yeah.
Nonetheless, we'll focus on the game at hand. It's going to be a mute jammer on the game's wall this time instead of the 2 bandit batteries. Not that makes it any easier or harder. Just Ash charge from Classroom Window. Again, that's another thing I've kind of seen from Navigate. They could really strengthen at least their time waste. Because they have had Mad Dog down by security a good amount. Switch to the bandit or the mute for Arcade. I would say the bandit, because shocky boys. You force the attack to enter the map to get the utility off the wall, as opposed to just Ash charging from Classroom Window. Then you open up a lot of possibilities. You can get a frag from Meaning, you get a frag from Z. But either way, again, we do know Gunny loves his bandit, and he's going to love him so much that he's going to have to spend the rest of the round on 1 health with him. Don't know where he just got shot from, honestly. I'm going to look around. Are they really going to... Okay, he's going to go for the reset here. Guess 20 is better than 1. But attacks, he's going to get the entry frag onto Bullius. Not exact... Oh, okay, he just swung the window. Definitely a bold choice from your smoke. in the first 30 to 45 seconds of the round, but if it works out, you can't really discredit it. Mad Dog playing in this classroom area. Breach is already open, but Classroom's still strong because he can cover when they hop in through the breach, or if anyone goes for that repel on the window, which I believe the Nomad was on just a second ago. They're going to be throwing a second breach onto this wall. Just making sure it's a sprintable hole, don't have to vault. Makes it a lot harder for Mad Dog to get an angle on through, and that's going to be the drone in Classroom. So you're going to know his presence down there. Zed's still watching for the flank up main stairs, but Mad Dog's going to make his way towards White. Not getting their intel on site. Avoiding the mute jammers, shockingly. You'd think with 4 mute jammers, only one dedicated to that wall, you'd... it was a smoke. Oh, no, it was a C4 coming over. C4 misses, hit a little too high. Opening up this attic wall now. He's going to be able to hold their entry into games from Trophy now that the wall's open, but he's also made it a little more vulnerable. There's a smoke, I believe. What is the second to last? It's the second to last smoke onto the breach. So he's got 10 seconds of time waste left now here at the 55-second mark. So he's going to have to use that wisely as he shifts up closer to the breach up here at top White. He's going to throw it through. The smoke comes out, and that's going to do a lot of damage onto the diffuser carrier, but he's just going to tank it and go to default plant now at 50 health. A couple of explosions coming out. I don't know if those are grenades or C4s. And the smoke's going to dissipate, and the plant's going to go down, and it's a 4v4. And that angle he opened up is proving to be not the wisest decision now that he's going to get swung again after being lit up. It's going to be Don getting his first kill of the round and moving it to a 3v4. Now 3v3, Zed on the gunny. Don goes down, trying to retake. That's going to be Grim getting a down onto Zed. Now a 2v2 essentially. VZ not on much health. And Tech kind of just playing very passive outside, but he's going to swing the window. Grim's going to pick up another. That's a headshot. And now they're going to have to get on this defuse in the next second, and it's gone. So that's it. It's a 1v1, but it's really just for KD. And no kills are going to come out, and that's just a matter of not getting to your retake quick enough. Kind of sat in dorms for a long time. I mean, obviously you can only do so much without, just walking into your impending death. But that's going to conclude this half, and it's going to be 3-3. And for my analysis, it's been a pretty close game. I mean, obviously the scoreline 3-3, but I think for the map, it's also pretty fitting. I don't know about you. What do you think?
I'm somewhat surprised. I mean, this is a map that we've seen Mercenaries win before, but also this is Navigate's pick, so I'm sure that they're pretty confident in it, and I think that those two forces sort of have counteracted each other and now resulted in sort of an evening out here, really. And as you saw, that Tachanka pick almost coming out there from now Legion Zed, but he almost went for it, I have to say. That would have been interesting to see, and that would have been a free round for Navigate. So going to be going actually to the top floor here, but this is a lot more balanced, a lot less of just a landslide for both teams in comparison to Villa, which was that first map, which ended up being a 5-1 attacking half from Mercenaries, who will now be on defense here. So we'll have to see if the fact that they're on defense, which admittedly they didn't have a lot of playing time on defense, but they still did have to go to defense. We'll have to see if that at all affects it, because as we saw in that first map, they were up 5-1.5 on the attacking part, and then they ended up winning 7-4. So they won 2 rounds and lost 3 at the end of that map, really. So I don't know how that. I'm curious to see how that will really affect how this game turns out here.
Yeah, so I mean, the 3 you have, I mean, can't say it's a dub for either side, but we'll see how balanced it moves. The other thing, again, that I'm paying attention to, I've kind of been harping on the whole game, is the no Kate on the top floor. You're just going to see the dash charge. I mean, honestly, the 2 bandits there are just kind of a formality, because we're 30 seconds in, and they're gone. So, don't know if we'll be seeing a trick or anything coming out. There was a player, yeah, it's the bandit, and the Ash Charge missed the mute jammer the first time. So it'll actually take 50 seconds to get the meat jammer off the wall. It is now gone. Bandit waiting to see if there's going to be any pressure from Classroom before he may go for a trick. That's a miss-nade from Don. Don't know what he was even throwing a nade at. Oh, he probably went to use the sledgehammer and fat-fingered. He's going for the batteries. Boleus undroned here. This is a dangerous thing to not drone. He's going to light up the kneecaps of Don. That's actually going to be diffuser down in meeting corridor, not where you want it down. And I'm not sure that's who you want it on. I'm shocked it's not on attacks.
Now a 3v5 actually, and that's not. Once again, this is a map where it seems to be sort of cursed the first attacking round for a team. We saw that with Mercenaries' first attacking round, and now we're seeing it with Navigate's around here, who will now be down 5-2, and this could very well go the way here of Mercenaries. They do the two remaining members of Navigate being that would actually be Grim and Attack. So they do have quite a bit of time here. They don't have the diffuser. They have to pick that up. I don't know if that's being monitored at all by a member of Mercenaries. It actually would be by Goliath. Oh, wow. But
looking for his triple here. And he's not going to get it. Oh, he's going to get the down, though. So it's essentially a 4v1, but definitely a gettable res, because I don't think there's anyone downstairs looking for his finish, but Grim looks pretty focused on site right now. He's just going to be moving around trophy. 35 seconds, yeah, not much time to go for this defuse. Going to get caught out by the Banshee of the Malusi, and she's just going to walk forward, I guess. Asax actually died to the goo mine. So, rare goo mine kill. I guess that's just the last thing he took damage. I don't know if he tanked the bleed out damage and that's what downed him? Or, oh, okay, now that adds up. I think Bullies downed him, but because he had the goo mine in him, it bleeds you quicker when you're downed. So that's what got the kill? I don't know. I didn't code the game. I don't know how intricate that gets.
Yeah, it's the magic of a rusty needle in your foot, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. You died to tetanus.
Yup. If any of you have seen that meme, please understand where that's coming from. But it's 4-3 now, and Mercenaries are going to be in the lead here. I think this is this the first time that they've actually been in the lead here on this map? I'm not sure.
Back and forth Mercenary, yeah, I think it is. Yeah, because now we had the 3-2 lead and they had the 2-1 lead, so yeah.
The 1-0 lead. So yeah, this is the first time Mercenaries is in the lead. We'll have to see if they can capitalize on that. Bringing the Mira, there will be VZ trying to capitalize off of that, which was not banishing enough. This is probably
this is the first time we've seen Mira.
Oh yeah, on any of the maps, she wasn't banned on either.
There's a lot of ops that we haven't seen a whole lot from that have gone unbanned. Mira, haven't seen a lot of Maestro. Not that he gets banned a whole lot, but it does bring good utility.
I don't think we've seen many Kaid plays, but admittedly, you don't really need the Kaid on Villa because there's no real hatches to electrify.
Yeah, and I don't think there was too much vert play onto the walls, so that doesn't matter a whole lot. I am still confused about the common bandit, and I think Grim has defuse. Why are we knifing at Grim? Who knows? But this time we do have a diffuser on the hard breach. Don has picked it up, so we won't be having that meeting corridor mistake again. He's going to be playing his mirror in E-box, no surprise there. We'll see if they're just going to directly try and push this. I'd be surprised if that was the play. They may try and smoke it off. And then either smoke it off or go for an ace charge onto the mirror, but it's electrocuted. So move here is probably to go for E-box hatch, but they don't really have any utility to get the E-box hatch because it is reinforced. And you don't really want to waste two Selmas on that. Sprinkling some shots out. They're going to use the Twitch drone to get the mirror. Good for Grim.
Smart plays there from the Twitch as Grim, but did waste quite a bit of time and is going to So that's going to slow down the attack, and it certainly has. As half the round has been wasted, there goes some more time, as well as a player as Exotic is taken out there by Bullius for a 5v4. But Bullius himself is down there of an
I
attic.
don't think they know he's down.
I don't think so either. That's going to waste some time as well. 4v3 though. I think he finally gets finished off by Grim, but the damage has been done. He's taking out a member as well as wasted a lot of time there.
Yeah, definitely. A second straight time we've seen him get a kill. Or get traded back with a down and a kill. But either way, yeah, 3v4 now. Don trying to get some shots here, but things kind of starting to stall out as you need that Twitch to get deep in the side if you really want to get any of these walls open. Was kind of an oversight there not bringing the Maverick, as we saw Navigate bringing. So not really sure what their plan was to get the walls open. Might just be going with a one-set attacker lineup for all their sites. But Don's going to hit 2 goo mines and pull out 1 needle because that's how math works. Grim's going to toss down a Twitch turn here on the stairs, but he's going to check pillar before he tries to do anything. We're actually going to use the summons on the pillar wall. Free Fire is Harry Potter, even though Don was standing in front of it for about 15 seconds. Watching long now, you can shoot out the mirror. I don't know if he has yet. It's pretty hard to tell from here, but it looks like it's still intact. C4 is going to go out a little early. Don's going to push in, shoot out some pre-fires. VZ's going to go down, or Grim's going to go down to VZ, sorry. Don's going to try and stick the plant despite the fact that he's just chunking bullets. But yeah, that's what happens when you can't do a whole lot with your hard breach. And just a good, solid, fundamental defense there from Calibrate Mercenaries. And that's going to put them 2 rounds away from a Division 2 championship.
And I think that this is, I don't want to, I'm going to try and sort of imply it. I don't want to put any sort of jinx on it because I feel like we've been putting quite a few curses on teams here and saying too much. But I think that this might be the proper moment, the opportunity for Mercenaries. And I'm going to leave it at that as to hopefully not curse it if everybody watching sort of catches my drift. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't invest too much in Mercenaries right now, as Navigate did win their first 2 defenses, so now it's just a matter of the tertiary site. Navigate did win dorms and downstairs, their first 2 defenses, then lost kitchen and dining. Mercenaries opting for kitchen and meeting, but if they do drop this, we could see a very similar fate to the first half. I think I know the setup there's actually no smoke here, but they are going to be extending into server, which I do like the setup, and they got the castle to barricade off the door. Yeah, I like this setup. I typically would not expect a mirror to be available, so I typically just run the smoke instead of the mirror, but definitely, if you got the mirror, take advantage of her. So then, yep, typical extension up here in the attic, getting those walls reinforced. And here's where I really don't get not having the cage, because you can cage charge all of the tower walls with just 1. And then you could also get the hatch. And then, interesting setup in small tower here. We got the castle barricade, but no reinforcements, so vulnerable to that Ash of Exotic or the Sledge of Attacks. So we'll see what type of attack they go for. Looks like Sledge joined himself in the top small tower, everyone else over on the east side of the map. He's probably going to find it clear. Looks like he was joining the top, either to confirm no one's lurking, or maybe thought he was going to play vert and they didn't realize it was meeting, not dining, but nonetheless, looks like they're rappelling up here into Armory, trying to flush out anyone playing upstairs in Attic. Also, a couple of guys going T1. That's Mad Dog and Don. Gonna try and ace charge this wall real quick, and there's nothing on the meeting wall. And the mute's gonna move up to it. I'm shocked there wasn't a mute or a bandit on that wall. He's gonna rip his C4, put it back in his pocket, and actually gonna throw it out and down Don. Obviously, won't be aware of downing Don. That's gonna be Defu and your hard breach down. I believe he's still got 2 summons in the pocket, so if you can get that res, it'd be ideal, and Gunny's gonna head over and hold square for a hot bit and get Don back up with 20 health and 2 summons. And Gunny's gonna take some damage himself from the castle, VZ. He's going to shimmy his way backwards, and we're already a minute and 40 seconds into this round as Goliath gets the opening on a Mad Dog for the second straight round. That's upstairs. Kind of the solo roam that I was kind of harping on earlier, but it's working out for Goliath. Bandit's also going to be present over there in dorms, and they're going to be playing off to see if Grim wants to push into games. They got a good crossfire there. Nade coming out from attack is going to be burnt by the ADS in server. Zed didn't seem to be noticing of that, but he's going to get the castle opened up behind him. Attack's going to spray the shots out. Mirror's going to go for the reload, swinging back out. She's going to light up attacks down to about 50 health. He's going to pull out the SMG-11, and I believe he just got shotgunned. Yep. Gunny's going to go for the trade in Z, but Mirror can just kind of play time here. She's got 30 seconds. Gunny's got flashbangs, but she has an ADS. She's going to be prone here, waiting for him. Don holding an angle as well. Not a lot of movement from the attackers, despite the fact there's 30 seconds left. They got to make a play. C4 ripping, going over the server. Missed the C4, so you're going to pick it back up as Don gets the kill on the Crispy. And it's just sitting above this doorway. If you want to walk in, you'll be blown to smithereens. But Don's going to start putting down a plant in meeting. Next to Split. Castle just doesn't realize it's there. He's going to swing, miss the shots onto the cover, but the plant's going to go down as he eventually headshots Grim. And Gunny's going to kill onto Tech. Doesn't realize the ace is there, but it doesn't matter. He's got the reaction to kill him. Gunny's going to be lit up to 1 health in the 1v3, and the defuse is going to be begun, and the cover is going to be there from the pole, or the castle rather, and VZ's going to pick up a triple on the round, and that's going to be tertiary site, pushing it on the match. It's map point, match point, championship point. It is everything here. Any misstep from Navigate is going to cost them a D2 championship.
All the marbles, the whole shebang here is on the line for Mercenaries. And just to echo back to that last map, obviously not comparing quite equal maps, considering that I'm sort of comparing Villa to Oregon, but when it was match point for Mercenaries, they were up 6-2, and they ended up winning 7-4. Now they're going to be up 6-3, so we'll have to see if that results in a 7-4 win, a 7-3 win, or a 7-5 win, or going to overtime to get that win. But at worst, they are guaranteed an overtime now, which seems unlikely considering that in order for that to happen, Navigate needs to win 3 attacking rounds in a row, which is quite a feat for them, especially after we just saw that perfect sweep of all 3 sites from Mercenaries.
Yeah, and then, you gotta go back to dorms now to start this attacking sweep if you're Navigate, but I will hand it to them. Starting off the round, going to the Maverick, good switch. Gonna be able to get those walls open a lot easier, get the utility off. It is dorms though, so typically any bandit batteries, mute jammers, you can just dash charge from below, or they have the IQ as well, so they're really kind of doubling down on clearing this wall denial, and that's unfortunate for Mad Dog Strone as he gets a mute tricked, and we're gonna see a mute jammer, just going down on this wall. And VC currently sitting on 6-0 since the rehost, Zed on 5-0. You can see just how dominant this defensive half has been for Mercenaries. I believe they're on 4 rounds in a row in all, as they won their final attacking round as well. So we're going to see Crispy playing this extension into Armory, which holds a nice pinch into the walk-in if they do go for a master take. Kind of disjointed here. No real commitment from Navigate, kind of splitting off in their 2-man teams. Don's still on drones and spawn with the diffuser and hard breach. Yeah, all in all, looking like an east take. Some shots ringing out from Tech onto the top main window. Not a surprise, kind of getting aggressive here. Want to confirm that championship. You got 3 rounds to play with, why not get aggressive, I guess? Tech just tossing out the magnets that come in. Gunny's already showing that 60 health after that early gunfight with Tech. Attacks downstairs, not going to see Bullius, and Bullius is going to get another opening kill. That's what he's been on today, just wiping out Navigate to start the round. It's going to be a 5v4 now. They're going to have to get a comeback win if they want to take this into championship. We're going to hear Crispy tap out Gunny, and now it's 5v3. 1 kill closer to a championship here for Mercenaries. They're going to clear up the concussion and the impacts coming out from the Zofia from below of Grim, probably trying to clear the utility off that wall if they want to go for it. Magdog pulling the pin on a nade, and he nearly naded himself. He's just going to kind of spray there and a drop in Attic. And not looking good here for Navigate. Really need to force some gunfights and win them, obviously, if they really want to push this round forward. Still got their hard breach, and they are very disjointed. No one's able to play off each other here. All at 3 different, very different parts of the map. Bully's just kind of running around downstairs looking for some more frags. I think if they can get together and really coordinate a good attack here, get the walls open, they still have a good chance at winning the round. But, you know, the hard breach is just off doing his own thing, and Maverick's going to hop in and get gunned down by the Chaos Skin. And now it's a 1v5, all up to Don. Go ahead, ace or lose the championship. Your choice. Not that it's really a choice. He's going to get lit up a bit by the Jaeger here. 70 health left to keep his season alive, and he's going to hear the window breaking behind him. Smoke's coming out. 2 people peek in the window. You're going to hear one running out, I believe, on a highway. They really want to confirm this game, and the run out's going to get him, and that's the championship for Mercenaries, ending on a flawless round and a 7-3 win on Oregon.
And that is the series. If I'm understanding this correctly,
Yes,
Mercenaries will win the championship 7-2. If I'm reading that scoreboard correctly, Bully's getting to do the Jaeger Elite MVP animation to close it out. Start with a tiny bit of salt in the wound after that loss there, 7-3 correction, but point made there. And now are we gonna be taking it to break?
I believe we're going to interviews now, and I believe our interview is gonna be...
From what I heard...
It's Zed, that's correct. Thank you.
That's the one that I heard for Mercenaries. I don't remember who we have for Navigate, but I know that we're going to be getting a player from both teams in here to interview them after what we just watched, really.
So we're going to be getting Zed in here soon, just to interview the newly christened champion of Division 2 of Midnight League. And I say newly christened, but he is the first one to be brought on in here. The first of any champions in Midnight. This is the first finals game for any of the divisions, and this is obviously Season 1, so we'll work on getting Zed in here. But yeah, I think the big problem for Navigate there was just being kind of disjointed on their attacks, not really having a plan for getting util off walls. You saw them bring the Maverick and the IQ in the very last round, which is obviously way too late, but I guess better late than never. But at the same time, they didn't really put their utility to work. Could have been a mental thing, could have not really been in for that last round, might already been over for him, you never know. But nonetheless, they put up a good fight. Coming in down one map to begin with isn't the easiest thing mentally or, physically in-game to overcome, but they did their best, putting up a good fight, trying to come back on Villa, and definitely putting up a good fight. First half on Oregon, and then, swapped to defense, and just kind of left with not much to fight for when you're attacking with, in a 3v5 on match point. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot left to fight for, but yeah, we'll be getting Zed in here any minute now. Still waiting on an update on that, but definitely congrats to both teams nonetheless. Navigate ran through everyone through placements and through the first 4 weeks of the regular season. Just can't quite come up at the end, but they will be taking home runner-up in D2. Definitely be looking to try and qualify for D1 next season, which should be starting, early mid-March. As for the rest of the games here in Midnight League, I believe D3 finals have been scheduled.
Such a tentative statement.
I think they're scheduled, but I'm pretty sure they're scheduled for like 10:30, so we're working on getting the time moved. I had to scroll and find it because the rep chat is loaded.
I'm going to be trying to find that. Let's see. That would actually be, this finals have been scheduled, and then we're also doing, I think we've
we're also at the same time having trying to find where I saw it initially. That would actually have been Fly casting the losers bracket semifinals earlier in the night of Calibrate United versus Altered Reality. So wonder if that one's still going on or not. But
Yeah, it's like it started at 7:30. Could still be going. I'll go check it out. See if it's still up. We'll direct you over there after we get done with our interviews. But yeah, nonetheless, definitely a good try by Navigate. Getting forced down in the losers bracket is never something you want to come through. It's definitely hard to fight against. But they definitely give it their best try. Almost came away with it, but surprisingly, getting the exact same result on Oregon as they got in their first playoff match against Calibrate. It's a 7-3 map in favor of Calibrate. So with and without Gunny, no difference there. Now we're just waiting on Zed to get joined up here. Okay. Seems like he is on his way in. Just kind of getting tech set up. So we will wait for that real quick. So yeah, once we get him in here, we will let you know and get our interview started.
all right, I'm taking it then. All right, folks, we have finally gotten a member here of the now first ever Midnight League Division. What would that be? Twilight Division champions of Calibrate Mercenaries. We have Zed, known in game as ZCG, in here for an interview. What's up? Nocturnal, do you want me to take the questions, or
I can go ahead and start it off. So first one's pretty easy. How do you feel taking home the very first championship in Midnight League?
Feels good. Feels good. We got to go for the other one. We got to go for another one.
So really, what were your takeaways with the game? Obviously, you came in with the map advantage. That's definitely kind of a confidence booster. Obviously, it's called an advantage for a reason. That change anything, any of your strats up, or did you come in playing it like it was any other game?
No, we played it like we had no map advantage. We really just played it the best way we could, and yeah, we tried to make things work. Some things didn't. Some things did. Attacks were one thing that didn't work on Oregon, but we came back in defense. So.
Yeah, you talk about the attacks not working on Oregon. I think you still managed a 3-3 split, which, for Oregon is pretty good. I mean, 3-3 or 4-2, I'd say is acceptable for an attacking half. So what do you think kind of went wrong in your attacking half? What do you think could be improved upon?
A lot of our droning was definitely a big takeaway that we really needed to fix. And my good friend VZ, his smokes were not the best. I will say they weren't great, but that's something I guess we got to work on. So
yeah, definitely always ways to improve upon. The one thing I noticed, I was kind of calling out the whole game, kind of the lack of Cade kind of surprised me on Oregon.
yeah.
It just kind of allowed for pretty quick util clear from Navigate's attacks, even though, they didn't win an attack, but it did kind of make, all you got to do, punch classroom window, shoot an ash charge up in there. You don't really run the risk of your life too much. So what was kind of the mentality behind not bringing the Cade and bringing the Bandit instead?
I really don't know, but I think the biggest thing was that we were just more comfortable on Bandit, especially with his gun. It's just you can't really beat it, and his speed as well, which is also a plus. Yeah, we really didn't need it a lot of the time, especially in basement. We never used Cade, even though that would have probably been a good idea. We just never had to because we knew this team was super aggro, and we knew they weren't going to take time to get hatches when they could easily just push blue, which is the closest thing that they could push, and they did. At least 3 of them did when I was playing. So.
Yeah, so you mentioned pushing blue. Noticed another thing I noticed the whole game was no real extension into blue. I don't know if that had anything to do with the clash ban or what was really the mentality behind that.
No, we didn't want to push into blue as well because that's just a lot of unnecessary length that we needed because we were confident that those mirrors could hold them back far enough, and they did for a certain amount of time until the Twitch drones came in. But we were really confident that those mirrors could hold it, and me staying back in pillar, they were focusing on a lot of other things and not really using utility to clear me out. I felt confident that I could hold it for as long as I did.
Okay. And then the last thing I got that I think is kind of the biggest question I got, literally just entering the lobby. What's with the Ella bans?
Ella shotgun broken as fuck. And we knew this team was super either they were brain dead or they're just too good for us. We don't want the Ella in because not only are her concussions really annoying, her shotgun is also just as annoying. So.
Okay, so just getting rid of that, and especially Oregon. Oregon, I can find dorms. Ella shotgun is kind of busted.
Yeah.
Okay, Escargo, you got any questions?
No, I don't. I think you covered them well, Nocturnal. So, thank you for showing up and answering all our questions, Zed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank you, and congrats on your championship.
Thank you. See ya.
So that's going to wrap up this cast of D2 finals. It's just left up to Division 1 and Division 3 now, so definitely a lot more Siege still coming your way. And I'm checking right now to see if Fly is live or if that game has ended.
He just posted scores.
Okay, so it does appear that the Division 1 final or lower bracket finals, I believe, are now over, which sets the stage for the finals. As Calibrate United did knock off Reality, so it could be Calibrate going for another championship in D1. I believe they're playing Arson Militia. That would make sense. But yeah, those D1 finals should be coming soon.
Yeah, that was the losers bracket semis, so we still have one more match before the grand final. Which I think that would be Predators now versus United.
So we're guaranteed if that is true, that sounds right. If that's true, we're guaranteed a Calibrate team in the finals. So they will be going for another championship within Midnight League. As for Division 3, it's Insanity versus Scranton Storm, I believe. That was like a 10-30 game, so we're still working on rescheduling that so we can get higher production quality and cast for all you guys. So yeah, I think we're going to get ready to sign off and just wish another congratulations to Calibrate Mercenaries.